again on Twitch. And I'm waiting for a couple tables to open up here on Bovada. As soon as I get them going, we'll see if we can get 3 or 4 tables going at the same time. Looks like another one just opened up here, so. It's about 1:30 here, Texas time. I'm a little bit tired, but I'll see. Maybe if I can grind out about an hour-long session here. Earlier today, I had a little bit of a downswing, or actually the last few sessions. So um, I'll kind of be playing through that. So that's a little bit different flavor for the streams. But just been running into either having the second nuts, running into the nuts, or having the nuts at the time and getting drawn out by like a one card flush draw and things like that. Just has not have not been running that great. That's part of it though. Jack 4 offsuit in Battle of the Blinds, and he limped in there, so I will be raising that up. Queen 2 offsuit, Battle of the Blinds. I'll open this sometimes, and other times I'll just fold just because the kicker's so weak there. But c-bet here for value. If I get called on the flop there, turn, I'll check call. Pretty much anything that comes, and then I'll have to make a decision on the river. Couple tables to open up.
There's no way a defensive back is going to have more impact than a receiver.
While we're waiting on tables to fill up, go ahead and mention I do offer coaching. If you're interested in the details of that, then email me at urbansurferpoker@gmail.com. Just lost the webcam there. There we go. I get called in 2 spots here, so I don't think I'm going to get too much respect. Got pocket jacks. We've got an open limp there. It's always good to see. Had a guy earlier on one of the tables. I noticed he was trolling another player, and somehow I just I think I made a comment after one hand said something like "nice hand" or something like that, and at some point I started talking to the guy, and he is a huge Seinfeld fan, like I am, and so we started doing some Seinfeld trivia back and forth. And I think I'm a little bit rusty. I used to watch it multiple episodes every single day. Now maybe down to one or so a day, but um, he knew more than I did. I was pretty impressed. So the weak lead, I mean, it's super small lead here. If he goes back over the top of me after this, then that's extreme strength most of the time. So looking for just a call there. Yeah. And then the massive overbet shove is very confusing. I don't know what he would do this with here that I don't have beat, but I haven't seen something like this. So it is pretty late at night. I don't have any hands on the guy, but I think I'll have to look him up. It's just too erratic of a play, and maybe he's super scared of getting drawn out on, but I just don't see it. Okay. And maybe some of you are like snap calling that, but a lot of times when people try to go for an overbet, at least at this stake, it's normally strong. But there are instances like that where it just doesn't make sense whatsoever how they played it, and that's a nice little rebate considering the run bet I've had the last few sessions. So I'll take that. That's definitely not a even for a fish. That's definitely not something I commonly see even at Bovada. So I get squeezed here. There's really no thought there with pocket threes. If this guy was a lot more active, then I would consider four betting up to like 49 or so, just as a last dollar put in the pot uh, concept. Meaning that I think I'm good some of the time against an over aggressive guy that's trying to squeeze to just take it down. Seeing a four bet like that will fold out a lot of that range, but given the fact that I don't know anything about this player at all, there's really no thought to that. So I'll just keep an eye on it and make sure he's not getting too out of line whenever he has a squeeze opportunity. Really surprised more tables haven't opened up. Also, I mention as I do every stream that I have a 2+2 thread. So please come check that out and say hello. There it is right there. I'm under the same name there, Urban Surfer, and the name of the thread is Saving to Update House via Bovada NL200. And then, of course, I've got my Twitch channel. Sign up for, if you would, sign up for, or subscribe rather, and that way you'll get an alert anytime I start streaming. I do try to post on here too whenever I'm going to be streaming, so you can see I just mentioned it there just to give everybody a heads up. My students, I always try to send you a quick note on Skype whenever I'm streaming. And then I also post the videos get archived on Twitch for maybe 2 weeks at a time, and then they take them off. But I export them to my YouTube channel, which is just Urban Surfer. That way they're on there forever. So you can also subscribe there, and anytime I upload a new one, you'll get an alert. So King 5 offsuit, as you can see, I'm opening wide on the button. That shouldn't be too much of a surprise to you guys, at least that have seen my streams before. I flop mid pair with a super weak kicker. There's really not a whole lot of value in betting here. I only get looked up by worse, and I'm not really worried about my hand, about them improving with another card that comes. If they're ahead, they're already ahead. There's not another card, so that's why I can safely check behind there. I'll go ahead and put in a little bit of a value bet here. I'll take that line sometimes too with complete air, where I know like it's a flop like that hits their range, and then if they check again on the turn, fire it out. Just to vary my lines, especially from the button where their antenna is up the most. Their suspicion of you not having a hand is just going to be the highest at that point. I get to play a heads up over here, so it'll be a little bit different flavor. 8-4 offsuit. I will raise that up because it's the nuts. Just kidding. It's because it's the first hand, basically. And since it's the first hand, I will continue. Flop top pair on the right side here. The all flush board. So I got called on the flop in the heads up table here, and then he leads out for half pot. I don't have any equity. There's no use getting out of line on the first hand, so. If you guys have any questions, feel free to use the chat. I'll do my best to answer those. A lot of times I'll just answer them verbally. Sometimes it's easier to talk through some, and then some I'll respond through the chat there. This guy timed out heads up. I don't know if he's distracted or if he's actually quitting. Yeah, he just quit after the first hand. So. Okay, so there's a question in the chat. Since the title of this stream and also my thread is saving to update our house. We're in the process of either getting new furniture or just doing updates on it. Like the next one that my wife wants to do is uh, staining the cabinets in the kitchen, and we need some like built-in TV unit to put our TV on. Right now, it's just sitting on the floor in our living room. But what would I do with our house if we found some random suitcase of money? It depends on how much money it is, but um, other than what I just listed, we'd really like to update our bathroom. It's got like this emerald green tile everywhere, and it's just a lot of all the metal fixtures and everything like that in there are brass. I like a real modern style, so it's just the complete opposite of what our style is. So the rest of the house has some modern touches and stuff like that, and that's why we got it in the first place. But bathrooms are so expensive that yeah, if I found a suitcase of at least 10 grand or something like that, then I could probably get what we want to do done there. We want to do like a frameless shower. I think would be cool. We want to redo the sinks and the vanities, something modern. Redo the tile with. Trying to think what we were looking at in there. We wanted to redo everything. Take out the complete shower, redo all the tile, the hideous emerald green tile. Um, I do have a TV in there, which that was always a dream of mine. It's not a big one; it's like a 32 inch, but so I can every morning when I take a shower, I can look up and watch Sports Center. So enjoy that quite a bit. But all right, let's see here. Heads up, I get 3 bet. I have queen nine offsuit against a player where another 3 betting me light. I will sometimes peel there. Since I don't have any history against this guy, I won't really get a line. Thanks, Jay Brownwood. Appreciate you checking out the YouTube videos, and we'll keep putting them on there. So keep looking out for them and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so 10-5 deuce board on the right hand side. I've got ace 8 offsuit. I don't have any equity in this. I'm just c betting here because that's a really safe board to do it on. Can't really see this guy's stats here. I'll continue again. If he's most likely got undercards here, under pair here, maybe a 10 at the most, but sometimes I'll opt to do the check raise route there. Check the turn. If they bet, then raise them off their hand. I normally like to do that with some equity though, just in case they do have a legit hand there. Here, I think they call the turn. They're going to call the river most of the time, at least from what I've seen on Bovada. So I won't triple barrel here. If a scare card came, like a king, I would consider it. But I don't always barrel that turn card. Sometimes I'll do, and sometimes, like I said, I'll check. Hope to get a check behind there some of the times, and then I'll check raise. But I normally like to do it with equity. It's betting really big there. I mean, ace four of hearts. Sometimes the way NL 400 players play, they wait till the river to get to get any money in with with a set. So sometimes they'll play at this limit too, but I'm not really contemplating calling. I'm just kind of trying to figure out his hand, but not a whole lot makes sense that he would do that with. Busted flush draw that's trying to get me to lay down something. I don't know. That's not too likely though. I don't think he think. I don't think he can. I don't think he thinks he could get me to lay down an overpair or anything like that there. So okay, question about the psychology of poker. Do you think it's better to get your friend to pay for you, gift you some starting money so that you can play more aggressively without the risk of losing, or does it make no difference? I'm sure there's probably a little bit of difference if you're playing with your money or playing with if it's a friend's money or let's say it's your parents' money. All that's going to have a little bit of difference. I would hate losing my friend's money. I've had somebody stake me before for like a tournament or something like that, and you know, because I didn't have the role to buy in for it, it was like $200 or $300 buy in or something like that, and so they said it's totally on them, and everything if I lose. And so at the time I agreed to it, because I think I agreed like a 50-50 chop, but zero risk for me. So I agreed to that, and then I didn't. I ended up busting out of it. I just didn't feel right about it, so I ended up paying them back the full amount. So that I mean that it has a little bit. I remember it playing in my mind a little bit playing through the tournament, just kind of, but maybe just because I wasn't used to that. So I just don't like the idea of staking in general. I understand it. I don't think that it's wrong or bad or. Um, I just think for me personally, it would affect me a little bit. I'd rather have my own action, all my own action. And I've been approached by others for staking deals, but I just don't like being kind of roped into a contract. If it was like a whenever I want to quit, even if it's like after a month or less or something like that, then I'd be a little bit more open to that. I just don't want to get roped into anything for an extended period of time. Um, so hopefully that answers your question, AIT Cornish. So Melly Mel 90. I see you've played 200 NL for the whole year. Are you ever planning moving up to 400? Um, I took like a small shot a little bit last year at it. It does play differently. Um, it's more even more aggressive, which is kind of expected, I guess. But um, so once I have the role for that, I definitely will. I just right now I cash out all the way down to 20 buy-ins for NL 200 every single month, just so we can either do something new to the house or pay down a little bit of debt, everything like that. So left table here, I'm gonna fire again. A lot of times they'll have overs, so I'm actually betting with the best hand and possibly to set up on the river if I actually hit my straight, and possibly get a five to fold. But when I get called twice there, I don't think I'm going to. Just trying to think of another bet's worth it here. I may get a five to fold here. Let me try one more. Turning it into a little bit of a bluff here, but trying to get some of the other hands that would call me for two streets and maybe fold a third street. It's also possible he called for two streets with overcards there too. See, he hit on the turn there. I didn't expect him to fold a seven there. I didn't really think he'd hit with a seven, but ace seven makes a little bit of sense. And Jay Brownwood, yeah, definitely. I'm a UT fan. Went there for 6 years. Not the Tommy Boy way, but the real way. So I did four, actually 3.5 undergrad, and then 2 grad school years there. Was there when they won the national title with Vince Young and everything. That was fun. And my freshman year was when Major Applewhite was there and Chris Sims were there. I guess it was actually Applewhite's second year and Chris Sims' first year. So I was there during that whole QB controversy. I was always in the Applewhite camp, and think he turned out to be a better college quarterback than Sims did. But Sims obviously was a bust in the pros. So, but yeah, that's cool that you're from the same high school at Jackson Shipley. I assume Jordan Shipley too. I assume they went to the same high school because Jordan played. I think he played on the national title team. Or actually, no, that was with Colt. That's when we went to the title game, but we didn't win against Alabama. So, and then Kenny Vaccaro, yeah, very cool. See if I can maybe get a third table here going. Not yet. It's kind of light tonight on traffic. So yeah, and that this hand again over here, he happened to have the perfect hand to call me with. I think I fold out ace five a decent amount of time there, or any other random five. Sometimes maybe ace king kind of hero calls there, and I get full value out of that there. So all right, so we've on the right hand side here we got pocket sevens on the button. This guy is pretty active. I'll actually pop him here.